Yo, what's up guys? Welcome to this video. I'm gonna have a little intro right here because I actually need to explain a couple of things before we hop into the episode. In this first episode, there's gonna be a couple of issues both with visuals as well as with the audio here and there. This is because I really had trouble setting everything up for streaming and recording at the same time. I was also streaming both on TikTok and YouTube at the same time. So I kind of had some struggles setting all of that up. So please excuse all these issues if you ever notice them. It's gonna get better towards the end of the episode, and it's also gonna be better in the next episode. With that being said, please enjoy this episode. Yo, what's up guys? Welcome to this new series. And in general, this is going to be a very normal and basic survival series, but my end goal is going to be to collect each and every single item in the game, as well as every block, of course. As you can see, I'm not playing hardcore. I initially thought of playing hardcore, but I don't know, with a project that is going to take as much time as this one, I don't think I would have it in me to start over again if we actually die. As you can see, I've already been in this world to do a couple of things, because I actually added a little thing over here. Of course, I had to build this in creative, right? I can't do that in survival. And all this thing does right here is, basically, when we die, we lose all our items. They just get destroyed, basically, and we can't get them back. So that's the whole idea, right? We're not playing hardcore, but if we die, we actually lose all of our items. That's like the punishment for dying. So it's kind of like a middle ground. It's not as harsh as hardcore, but it's also not just completely basic survival. Alright, and I'd say we can just start this out as every other survival series ever by just collecting the most basic items. I'm not going to do anything crazy in this first episode, I don't think. I just want to find a cool place to live and build a little like starter base, you know? But we'll see how far we get. We'll see how far we get and what we can do. I'm also live streaming this series on TikTok and YouTube. I'll have a link to my TikTok in the video description if you want to check that out. Of course, on YouTube, you can just go to my channel here and watch it. I don't have a fixed streaming schedule yet. We'll see when exactly I'll be streaming. But yeah, I'll try to upload like an episode a week, something like that. The reason I'm also not using any shaders, by the way. Usually I play with shaders and all that kind of stuff. Right now I'm not. And that's because, I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, on the top right, you can see that I'm playing in the new snapshot. The reason is that I really like the additions made by the new copper update, but I just couldn't bring myself to wait to start the series until the update actually drops. So yeah, I just thought, you know what, fuck it, I'm just gonna play on the snapshot, and whenever the update comes out, I'll update the game and also include some shaders and whatnot. Alright, I had to take a bit of a break here and do a couple of things in the background because none of my settings seem to work in the stream, but I think it's working now. Alright, now we can fucking focus back on the game again. I also have a little death counter which says 1 right now, so it says that I died once. That is technically true because I had to try out whether or not the commands were working. But I haven't actually died, so basically we are at 0 deaths now. And I'll try to keep it at that. Because, like, if we don't die, it actually doesn't matter that we're not playing on hardcore. So I'm gonna try to not die at all. I don't really know yet what my base is going to look like. I think it's not gonna be anything crazy. Like, I'm not one of those guys that builds, like, these crazy mega bases or whatever. Like, if I can, I don't want to go too far off the spawn point. But, of course, we're gonna have to see if we can find something that looks cool anywhere like in the close proximity. So far, all I can really see is this, what is it called? A roofed forest, I think. Yeah, it literally spans for my entire like viewing distance. I mean, honestly, if we have to go far away from the spawn point, that's just how it is, you know? But honestly, it looks like there's literally nothing here that looks cool. There is a lush cave beneath us, which we can see by these, what are these called? Azalea trees or whatever. We actually have so much copper already. I mean, we're basically ready to go into the cave, right? I'd say let's go into the cave, get a bit of iron and stuff. And then after that, we can pretty much move on and try to find a place to stay. Okay. Oh, there's something here, maybe? Oh, what do we have down here? There it is. Okay, finally we found this entrance. Alrighty, let's get this iron. Oh my gosh, that could have gone wrong. Oh my gosh, that could have gone wrong. I could have literally died right there. Okay, so now at this point, I guess we can start looking for a base, or like for a spot to build our base in, or on. I'm kind of thinking of just, you know, going on that ocean. I think I also see a shipwreck over there. We can also just look for that treasure, right? Let's see what we can find in there. Like, sometimes there's actually pretty good loot in the shipwrecks, right? There's an azalea tree over there too, so I feel like there's a Yo, we got some armor trims. Oh, that's sick, actually. Because if you think about it, right? Since we have this end goal of getting every single item, actually getting some armor trims already is pretty sick. Because we're gonna need to collect all armor trims, right? Like, of course, there are certain varieties of items that I'm not gonna get. Like, I don't know, I'm not gonna get every single piece of colored leather armor, for example, because there's like literally a million of those. But I am gonna get like every single armor trim and stuff like that, you know? Ooh, we got a treasure map. Let's go. And now let's actually get that treasure, right? I don't really see why not. We might actually be able to get some cool items from that. Okay, it should be like somewhere around here, I think. Yeah, so basically at this point, I was trying to get this treasure for like at least 30 minutes straight because I didn't think of the possibility that it might actually not be right there, but rather above me. Thankfully, a couple of viewers actually helped me out and showed me a little technique with which I can find the treasure more easily and more consistently. But yeah, I was basically digging around for like half an hour straight, and I'm just gonna skip that part and we can move on. There it is. Bro, you gotta be kidding me. I don't know exactly how long, but I would say at least 20 to 30 minutes to find this thing. Alright, let's get the fuck out of here. Finally, bro. So after spending that much time on that treasure hunt, the real journey only just began, because at this point, we were basically traveling across the ocean for another, I don't know, 20, 30, 40 minutes, something like that. And at the end, I actually had to end the stream before actually finding my place to live, because with all the settings issues we had in the beginning, and then this super long treasure hunt, and then this ocean, the stream was already pretty long. So I decided to do a second stream in which we would then find our home. Yeah, I think I'm gonna leave it at that for right now. I'm gonna have to do another stream to conclude this first episode, but it's fine. It's fine. Alright, and we're back. So, we kind of had to split up this episode into 2 streams. I mean, that's probably gonna happen a couple of times. I don't believe that we'll be able to wrap up episodes in 1 stream all the time. So, this time around, I'm gonna hop into my little boat, and we're just gonna try to find a cool place to live, alright? Alright, and I'll do one final little time-lapse right here, because basically, for the most part of this second stream, we were also just wandering around, trying to find our place to live, and yeah, this took a while. So I'm gonna spare you all this walking and all this traveling, and I'm just gonna skip right ahead to the part when we actually found where we wanted to live. Okay, kinda looks like there might be some cliffs and mountains. Oh, I think I see a villager outpost right there. Ooh, what do we have here? We got a little villager tower over there. Or like pillager, not villager. And then we got a village over there. That's actually kind of cool. Okay, let's check that out. Like, if we can actually find a cool spot close to this village and this pillager tower, that would be sick. Because having these things nearby is always super useful. Okay, perfect. I think that should be it. Let's get up here. The reason I'm going up here, actually, is because you can get goat horns from these. Ooh, we got an armor trim. I'll take that. No goat horn, unfortunately. That would have been sick because the goat horns are like very hard to get, and we're gonna need to get all of them in order to complete this challenge. But I don't know, I'll take it. Oh, what do I see over there? Wait a goddamn second, my brother. We got a pillager tower over here. We got this village over here, and then we have a cherry blossom over there. If there is a mountain over there too, of any sort that we can use to build our base, this would be fucking perfect. Let me just rob these guys blind, and then we can check it out, you know? Okay, I'm seeing some mountains over there. I really like cherry blossom biomes. Like, I don't really like building with cherry blossom wood, or like cherry wood or whatever the fuck it's called. But the biome itself I really like. Ooh, this is kind of a cool spot, you know? This right here is actually a pretty sick spot. Look at this. Like, we could expand the cherry blossom forest by just using saplings. And then we'd have this spot right here. Like, this is sick. I think this is the spot, guys. We've got a village nearby. We've got a pillager tower nearby. We've got a bunch of biomes here. We got the cherry blossom. We got like a normal forest. We got a spruce forest with also some snow on there. Yeah, I think we're gonna settle over here. I'm basically just gonna have to terraform this space right here a little bit. And put down a couple more of these trees and pink petals and whatnot to kind of expand the forest up to over here. But then basically what I'm thinking is we're gonna build our house on this cliff over here with kind of a balcony spanning over this hill so that we can kind of look down over here. And then I'm gonna build something into the mountain below our house, but I'm not gonna tell you yet what that is going to be. But what we're gonna do now is to set up a little base. What I'm actually gonna do real quick is craft a bunch of chests so we can finally actually start working on, well, the world, basically. Alright, let's get rid of all the items we have in here and kind of sort them. We already have so much stuff, bro, by just walking around and whatnot. Like, right now, I'm just trying to get all the basics, you know? Trying to get some food, trying to get some storage space and whatever. I'm also gonna need some extra water up here, so let me just get that. I kind of just want to plant everything that we have. Just building, like, a very basic farm for now, you know? Now we can plant some. I'm not gonna do that much wheat because wheat's kind of useless, not gonna lie. I think I'm just gonna do like one row of wheat, and the rest I'm gonna fill up with other stuff. Like we've got some potatoes and some carrots, so I guess I'm gonna put down all of them, you know? Man, fucking finally we found this spot, bro. I've been looking for so long. It's actually kind of crazy. And we've already got a bunch of cool stuff, honestly. Like we've already got an enchanting table. Wait, we can already make a couple of bookshelves here. We already got 10, which is kind of cool. Okay, we also have lapis, right? Yeah, we do. So I guess we can kind of enchant everything on level 1. Okay, that's cool, I guess. Okay, there we go. This is our little starter base. The only thing I think I'm still gonna try to get in this episode would be some cows. Let's just kind of, I don't know, where do we want to build this? Kind of like right here, right? All right, perfect. Let's put down these fence doors, or fence gates, I guess. Put down some torches. We've got a bunch of sheep, and oh, we actually got a cow over here. That's perfect. Oh, and I see another one over there. Perfect. All right. Okay, we got 1, 2. Okay, that's fine. You know what? Fuck it. Let's just leave it at that. Okay, perfect. So now we also have some animals. Honestly, we're already set up pretty well, not gonna lie. One thing I also want to do in this episode is to get a copper golem. Because that's kind of like the whole reason we decided to play this specific version of the game. But first, let's lock up the villagers so that they're safe. Because we're gonna need them later on. And I don't want them to die, you know? Okay, I guess that's all the villagers that we could save here, because, like, I don't see any other villagers. Like, this guy right here, he doesn't want to go to bed for some reason. And other than that, I don't really see anyone. Okay, and let's put this copper in here. And as soon as it's done, we're going to make ourselves a copper golem. Where do we want to put it down? I think just over here, right? Just like that. Why don't we make a second one? That's true. There's kind of no reason not to do that, right? Just like that. And let me put that down. Oh, that actually does connect. That's actually kind of sick, not gonna lie. Wait, they don't stack items? Okay, that's fucking stupid. I really thought they would stack items, bro. But still, it's a cool concept. I think they still need to kind of improve it a little bit, but it's still pretty cool, not gonna lie. Alright, guys, that's going to be it for this first episode. Thank you for watching. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on future episodes. I'm gonna try to upload at least 1 episode a week, but we'll see whether or not I'll be able to do that. I'll definitely stream at least once or twice a week though, so if you're interested in actually watching this series from more of a live perspective, make sure to check out my live streams. I stream both on YouTube here on this channel, as well as on TikTok. There is going to be a link to my TikTok in the description. And yeah, that's pretty much gonna wrap it up for today's episode. Of course, we haven't gotten that far yet, but I've pretty much done everything that I wanted to do in the first episode. So I'm really happy with how everything turned out, and I'm really looking forward to continuing this series. So yes, thanks again for watching, and see you in the next one, guys. Bye bye.